This is pretty incredible. I never thought I'd hear this, but infamous, notorious Nick Fuentes, white supremacist, anti-Semite. We all know him, right? Uh, he's got a huge following. Unfortunately, the guy's got some talent. He's a young guy. He's very articulate. He's obviously intelligent, but he is a despicable guy. The comments, the racism, it's off the charts. But this is, I can't believe it. He's turning on Trump. He just came out with a statement, and it's like, because now Trump said, you know, I made it up that the election was the 2020 election, all that, January 6th, the court cases, all this bullshit about a rigged election, and now he's looking at the polls, and he's seeing that independents are not cool with the fact that you're still saying the election is rigged. They don't like that, because everyone knows it wasn't rigged. So now he's saying, oh, we lost by a whisker. Okay, bro. Let's see what your number one fan, Nick Fuentes, says. All right. I'm just going to show you here. This is from Jessica Denson. She used to be a staffer, too, with Trump. This is unreal. I never thought I'd see this. Watch this.
Yeah. Here's Nick Fuentes.
The 2020 comment, it's like, wow, that's how pathetic it's gotten. He's admitting, he says, oh, I lost by a whisker. So what was the point? Like, what's the point of any of it? You lost in 2020? Seriously? I mean, what are we even doing anymore? Then you're a loser.
Yep.
Then you're a loser. You just lost. Then you lost to Joe Biden. You deserve to be charged.
Wow.
If he admits that he lost, then that actually vindicates the DOJ charge against him. Because the charge is that he knew he lost.
He knew.
But he lied to defraud the people.
Right.
That's the DOJ's charge.
It's more involved, but yeah, in a nutshell.
So why did we do Stop the Steal? Why
Right.
did anyone go to January 6th? Why is anyone sitting in jail? Why did anything bad happen to anybody? Why did everyone get censored? Why is everything bad that has happened to the people that are involved, why did that need to happen if you're just going to walk it all back and say, oh, I lost? Well, it would have been good to know that before 1,600 people got charged. It would have been good to know that before I had all my money frozen, put on a no-fly list,
Yep.
banned from everything, lost all banking and payment processing. Would have been good to know that before I, in 2017, dedicated my life to this as an 18-year-old in college. Just feels like a big ripoff. And don't get me wrong, I'm an adult. It's not whining. I'm not complaining about it. I'm saying you can't say those things for that reason. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't regret anything, and we all make our choices. And look, it didn't work out. It is what it is. So I'm not mad saying I want those years back, I want those decisions back. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that just goes to show what a tremendous betrayal it is.
Yeah, of course.
It's just such a callous indifference to the sacrifices that his supporters made on his behalf.
There you go. See? All right, let me talk here. What have I been saying? I got over 500 videos. I knew about Trump back in the 90s, all right? So I guess in the very beginning, I didn't know. Like, I'm older, I'm a boomer. And when Trump came on the scene in the 80s, actually, if younger people don't know this, but I'm a big sports guy. And the USFL, there's a new sports. He wanted to break into the NFL, and he couldn't. And he started up tried to start up this new league and his team was the New Jersey Generals. It was a complete scam. There's a whole book. I have books on this. And I did some research, and I learned about what a fucking scumbag this guy was, and what a fraud. I even went down to like Atlantic City. I talked about this in another video, and I started doing research. And I go, guys, this guy's a fucking fraud. Like everyone thought he was a successful business guy, and I go, no, this guy's a fucking fraud. And then I started reading David K. Johnston, and he's an expert on this. He knows Trump better than anybody. And he goes back to the 70s, like the housing stuff, even with his father, Fred Trump. Fred was shady, but not like his son, Donald, and how stupid he is. Like I was like I was shocked beyond belief, and I was like, this guy is a fucking fraud, man. He's dumb. And I remember, was it 2001 or two when they had The Apprentice, when Mark Barnett, you know, the producer of The Apprentice, I'm like, this guy's a fraud. What are you doing? And I used to tell my coworkers at work. I remember someone I had tremendous respect for, Arlene. I worked at I worked at Icon Clinical Research. I used to be in the biotech and pharmaceutical industries, and I had tremendous respect for her. Very intelligent. She goes, "Oh, Trump's a good." I go, "Arlene, that guy's that's fucking lie. That guy's a criminal. That whole business thing is a fraud. 6 bankruptcies. He even bankrupted a casino, Atlantic City, 2 of them. And I've talked about this before. How do you bankrupt a casino? The house always wins. If you're lucky enough to set up shop and like the casino business and all that, it's like very, very complicated. You have to have so many connections, the licensing, a lot of money. You can't go wrong, and no one has ever gone wrong. He was the first one to go bankrupt in Atlantic City. Taj Mahal, remember that bullshit? So he's a disgusting, horrible person. He's a sociopath. Watch Dr. Bandy Lee, read the book on her, 38 psychiatrists evaluate him. He's a monster. He's a sociopath. And like some people say, well, he's not a violent criminal. He's not like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, or Ted Bundy. All those crazy guys, you know, that Idaho piece of shit who stabbed 4 college girls. Oh, what a horrible story. Like, he's not doing that. I mean, I don't know if he has it in him, like the sadism. He's sadistic with his words and other things. I don't know. If he was poor, maybe he would be one of those guys, the Ted Bundy guys. I just don't know. But he is definitely the worst human being I've ever seen in my life. He's a disgusting person. And I still hear, like, I'm a big movie guy. And some of the older movies, they'll reference him like he's a legit guy. What was I watching? I was watching 25th Hour, Spike Lee, 2002. It's really good. Like, it was okay. But it was right after 9/11. And I remember there's a reference about Donald Trump. Like, hey, I'm not Donald Trump. Or something like, the guy's a fucking fraud. It's like, ugh, I cringe when I hear that. You know. So, okay, there you go. Nick Fuentes, more on this. Unbelievable. I swear I never thought I'd hear that. All right, good for him. All right, he's just a young guy. All right, peace, everyone. Peace, love, and understanding here in Tabor Talk. All right, so if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, spread it around. It helps with the algorithm. And again, I'm trying to get to like 10,000 subscribers. That's a long way off. We may never get there, but if I can, I'll start doing long-form podcasts, start having guests. So that's really more my background. So anyway, pretty unbelievable stuff. We're going to win this thing. I think it's 56 days now. So let's go, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Peace, everyone.